G'day and welcome to Does It Matter? It's Kareem here again. Haven't made a video for a while, been quite busy. Lockdown is starting to release here in Australia, so we're actually getting out a little bit and doing a few things. Starting to return to at least a few elements of normality, which is nice. The gym that I'm in at the moment, my business, will be open in about 3 weeks for limited training at least, but better than nothing. Things are looking a little more rosy than they were. Still a long way to go from what I can see. I'm a realist and a pragmatist, so I kind of expect things to go wrong in some ways, in some way, shape or form along the way. And there's going to be things to be dealt with. That's inevitable. Which kind of brings me to the subject of the conversation today, which is, which sandwich do you want? Now, before I define what those sandwiches are, everyone wants at least one of these sandwiches. Now, not everyone wants the same sandwich, but most people tend to want one of these sandwiches. Most people tend to want the same sandwich. There are variations on a theme, so I'm not speaking for all of you. I'm not, okay? Some of you are going to want a different sandwich. All sounds very, very oblique at the moment. I'll make it clear as we go. You got 3 sandwiches from what I can see, most of the time, okay? For simplification's sake, let's reduce it to 3 sandwiches, okay? Each sandwich has a layer of shit in it. Every single one is a shit sandwich. And in the sandwich with the thinnest layer of shit is a gold coin. It's worth a fair bit. It's one of those Roman denarii, worth a lot, okay? A rare one. Emperor Trajan Roman denarii, worth a fair bit of money. It's not going to buy you a house. It's not going to do anything special for you, but it's of significant value. The next sandwich, the shit's 3 times as thick. It's way thicker. And inside that is an emerald, okay? Nice, fat, egg-sized emerald. That will buy you a house, okay? That'll buy you a house, will give you some super. It's a life-changing amount of money. And in the last sandwich, which is like a fucking burger of shit, steaming and horrid, inside that is a fist-sized diamond. That's fuck you money in the true sense of the word. That is everything you could dream of and then some, okay? That diamond's worth many millions of dollars, tens of millions even, okay? But it's sitting in a bucket, a sandwich bucket of shit. And with these sandwiches, you have to eat the whole sandwich to get that nugget, that thing that you want that's inside the sandwich. You've got to eat it, the whole lot. You ask, why are you making such a horrible analogy? It's disgusting. Shit sandwiches and eating shit. Jesus, we're not scat fans, Kareem. Why are you doing this? It's because some of the things you're going to have to eat in life, and many of you already have, are substantially more horrid than shit. More painful, more difficult to get through than even eating a shit sandwich, okay? Our analogies usually fall short of the agonizing true premise of our lives, which is that shit is harder than we describe it. It's harder than we tell other people it is often. It's harder and more difficult than we'd like to admit to ourselves. Those sandwiches are real, okay? One will give you a fairly quick return for not too much pain. One will give you a significant return for a moderate amount of pain, a moderate amount of suffering. You're going to be sick for a week or 2. One could kill you. One could break you. But inside that is such a reward that you'll be a different person at the end of it. In each case, you change a little by eating that sandwich. In each case, you get a little sick, or a lot sick, or nearly die, and in the process, you become a different person. Those sandwiches are transformative sandwiches as well, okay? So there you go. There's an extra aspect to it. You have shit sandwiches that contain a reward that you really, really want. It's something that you want, and it's transformative, okay? So you're also terrified of those sandwiches. Those sandwiches are terrifying, okay? They require a massive investment. They require you to invest of yourself, and you don't even know how you're going to do it, okay? You don't know how you're going to eat that sandwich. How are you going to swallow down every bite until you get to the goal? You don't know how you're going to do it. You've tried. You've maybe tried before. Maybe you started on a small sandwich. Maybe you went right for the big one and failed miserably. Failed miserably. This is the hard part. You're going to have to eat those sandwiches. And whichever one you eat, you're not getting what you want. You're not going to be happy until you eat the sandwich. You're not. It's not going to happen. You'll pretend. You'll drink. You'll find comfort in routine. You'll take drugs. You'll party. You'll find comfort in duty. You know, you'll do something that will make you feel a little better about your life. But deep down, you know, it wasn't the ideal choice. You didn't go for what you really wanted. You wanted that gold coin. You wanted that emerald, or you really wanted that diamond. You know, you wanted the best possible outcome, in which case you're going for the diamond. You got a lot of shit to eat. The reality is that anything that's good requires at least a modest investment. Anything that's truly excellent requires a really significant investment, like more. Anything that's completely wonderful, whether it's a business, academic response, you know, achieving a particular mark, getting a getting a PhD, whether it's improving your relationship to the point where you're happy, blah, 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 all those things. It requires an investment. There's a number there. Every single situation has a solution or a set of solutions and a number. It has a quantity that you will have to reach. You have to eat that whole sandwich to get the diamond, emerald, or the gold coin. You have to. There's no two ways about it. It's got to be done. So moving away from the sandwich analogy, because it can get distracting after a while, the more investment is required, the better the goal. The happier you want to be, it's going to require more of you. The stronger you want to be, it's going to require more of you. The smarter and more agile you want to be, whatever it is that you're trying to build in yourself, it's going to require more of you. If you're trying to build a business, you're going to have to invest of yourself, and it will be proportionate to your investment. The result will be proportionate to your investment. If you're trying to start or improve or rebuild a relationship, it's going to require more of you than you think you can give. Same with the business building. I don't know which one's harder. I've done both. Okay? I don't know which one's harder, repairing a relationship, starting a new one, or building a business, all right, or starting a new degree. They're all incredibly difficult things. Some people would say one was harder than the other. That's subjective. The reality is they're all enormously draining, difficult things. It takes often years to succeed, okay? You're going to make a massive investment, an awesome risk, massive risk, that at the end of it, you fail, because failure is part of life. And you've probably already eaten those sandwiches before and failed to consume them, failed to get through them, failed to get your goal. Okay? I'm not a living example of success. I've had some successes in my life. I've had an awful lot of failures. But one thing I do understand is that making your peace with who you are, making your peace with what you've achieved, and hoping to achieve more. You should always have goals. You should always have things you want to do, achieve extra. You should be always trying to improve your relationships. You should always be trying to improve yourself. So those are things you can work on constantly. And they are significant ones. If many of you want to improve your finances, I certainly do, and I'm working hard on doing that. Okay? But how much you invest in it is going to determine what you get out of it. And I hear an awful lot from people I care for, from people I don't know, from strangers, from people coming to the gym, from people I talk to online. It's too hard. I can't do it. I've tried. I've failed. I don't know how to do it. And what I'm hearing there is you haven't found your combo. You haven't found your sweet spot. You haven't found the right combination of things that you need to do in order to get where you want to be or become who you need to become, because that's the biggest issue, is that people are busy trying to change the way they feel or think or change their habits. It's kind of hard to do that when you haven't changed the way you see yourself, when you haven't changed who you think you are, when you haven't changed the imagery and the language that you have about yourself. Okay? So work out which sandwich it is you want to eat in any given situation, all right? Accept that you're going to have to eat that sandwich. Accept that there's going to be a massive investment on your part to some degree, okay? And then find the means and methods. Find the combo that is going to get you there. There is a combo that will get you there. There are very few people who can't succeed. Very few. But you're going to have to find the right one for you. It won't necessarily be the one that the guy on the video from YouTube telling you how to be successful in 21 short lessons that, you know, the first 10 of which are free, and then he's going to vampire you afterwards financially. Who knows? The book you read, your friend's advice, it's all coming in handy. Listen to all of it. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to do a lot of tweaking and tuning for yourself. And it's going to be really hard. And you're going to lie in bed at night and go, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. You do, okay? That's just your inner coward. That's just fatigue. You do want to do it, okay? Are you prepared to make the investment? Are you prepared to pay the price? Because there's a price for everything, okay? Think about that. Be honest about it. If you don't want to do it anymore, you genuinely don't want to do it, don't do it. Just don't. Find something else. Find a new goal. But everything you do, there's going to be those sandwiches waiting for you. The sandwich of okay success, the sandwich of significant success, and the sandwich that most of us really want, of complete success, of truly actualizing what it is we want. Okay? I'm often what we need as individuals to grow. Okay? It's going to take a fair bit. So think about it. Plan it out. Write it down. Talk to yourself. Create a roadmap of how you're going to get where you're going to go. Have strategies and tactics, and be prepared to adjust them and tweak them as you go, because nothing survives reality. The minute our plans hit the road, they're changing, because reality is always changing, reality is dynamic, and we don't understand everything that could possibly happen. You're going to have to be flexible as well as persistent. But being happy, being fulfilled, it's about those sandwiches. Cheers, guys.